The Darling Book of Booktube, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Obviously, this has the sticker on it. I bought this way before the Netflix show came out. Yeah, people are talking like crazy about Shadow and Bone. I haven't even read that. I haven't watched the show. I just bought this a while ago, and I kept calling this a raven in my book haul. I mean, there is like a raven on the front, so, you know, on the front of both books, it looks like. Or what is that on the Six of Crows cover? I don't even know. And people keep saying that this is like the quintessential YA, kind of, or some people say that. I don't know. So I decided to pick it up a while ago, and this is what I think about it. So first of all, we follow 6 characters, and they're going on this heist, and it's kind of like a slower build-up and a slower plot than I thought a heist story would be, because there's like a lot of different parts and like blah, blah, blah. Also, there's a lot of flashbacks too. And overall, I think this is paced pretty darn well, because again, normally heist stories are fast-paced, but this book has 6 perspectives, so that slows it down a bit. There's some flashbacks, there's a lot of relationship development building, and yeah, that all worked for me, and the plot was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Although I will say the number of romantic subplots was too damn high. I think we could have just had like one romantic subplot fleshed out a bit better, or maybe had the different romantic subplots at different points within the romance, like maybe one of the couples had been dating for a bit longer, or like, you know, in a serious relationship, whereas like the other one is in like the pre-relationship awkward phase. And it's not to say that all the relationships were the same, but there were similarities. And it's just more than I was interested in. I don't care about having that many romantic subplots in a book. But what do I know? This got made into like a Netflix show or this world, so clearly I don't know what the kids like these days. So anyway, moving along. The characters. This is where the book shines. So the general vibe of all these characters is kind of edgy, definitely like a bit morally gray, and they're all in their mid to late teens, as is the case in many YA books. And when you get into the backstory of a lot of these characters, you can quickly find out that there are reasons that they are the way they are. They aren't just like edgy, morally gray characters for the sake of being edgy. They had to learn to fend for themselves, live on the streets, fight for everything that they had from, you know, a very young age. And basically they had to grow up very fast. When I was reading this, I'm like, are these characters in their like 20s or something? And it actually made me think of Malcolm X's autobiography, funnily enough, because early on in his autobiography, he moves from Lansing, Michigan to Boston, and this is at the end of 8th grade, and Malcolm grows up very fast too. Like, Malcolm's younger than like Kaz Brekker is in this book, and Malcolm learns to hustle, he learns to make money in ways that maybe wouldn't be considered reputable. And I would often forget Malcolm was someone who was an early high schooler, or at least that age, in this book. And Malcolm would often mention that he'd never told people his age, and people just assumed he was in his 20s. And that's exactly the vibe I got from Kaz Brekker, from, basically all these characters. I liked the writing style in here. Sometimes with the characters, though, they felt a bit, stereotypical YA characters. They can't talk about their feelings, etc., etc. But again, that does make a lot of sense within the context of this story, where these kids are, growing up very fast and probably haven't had a great amount of time or experience with, talking to people that you're romantically interested in, or being in a normal, healthy relationship that doesn't get derailed by things like food insecurity or housing insecurity. Like, basically what I'm saying is they had bigger things on their plate other than their love life. So them not being like good with their feelings or whatever, and having that be kind of a plot device, even though it's kind of like a trope where characters aren't communicating their feelings well, but all of that makes sense within the context of the book. And then this book actually does kind of tackle some serious themes. Again, just like general inequality in terms of wealth, things like bigotry based on where you're from, even things like market manipulation and insider trading. Like, I was not expecting this book to use that as an important scene in one of the characters' development. I'm not like totally sure how to rate this book because one of the issues I had was being a little confused on the magic system, but I know Shadow and Bone chronologically, Shadow and Bone comes before the Six of Crows duology, and I have not read Shadow and Bones again, and I have not watched Shadow and Bone, so I'm probably missing something because of that. And I don't think like the magic system was explained like atrociously or anything like that. I just felt like I was missing something, and I probably am missing something, but I'm okay with that, I guess. And there was probably more world building that I could have known about if I had read Shadow and Bone. But yeah, that's basically everything I want to say. Maybe like 4 or 4.5 stars, I guess. I think that's like a fine rating. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where The Crooked Kingdom goes because I have that back on my shelf as well. But yeah, quintessential YA booktube book. The YA booktube darling. Six of Crows has been read. And yeah, hopefully I get to Crooked Kingdom soon, but we shall see. Anyway, that's everything. Happy Fantasy Friday. And see you guys this weekend. I'll have a few videos going up. Guards live show Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Joanna and Joanna. Super excited for that. Also, I'll be on the Library of Alexandria's channel for Bingo on Sunday at 4 Eastern Time. So yeah, it should be so fun. I'm fully prepared to lose to Andy and Leslie. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Join my Discord.